Sometimes we forget that Arizona has some great places to get away to. Well, Rachel Harris is here with her amazing finds, and she's smiling.
I'm excited. Look at my
shirt. We were just
shirt.
talking about this. I know, because we were talking about traveling around here.
Yep.
And again, like I said, we forget some of the great places.
do.
But you had it on your bucket list to become a travel writer?
Yes, I'm in my fabulous 50s now, and something I've always wanted to do is do some travel reporting. So a dear friend of mine told me about an awesome travel website everyone needs to know about called Two Wandering Souls, S-O-L-E-S. So cute.
Yeah.
And so I applied, I submitted a very extensive application, and they receive applications from all over the world. So I was pleasantly surprised when I was accepted. And so my assignment was to go on 15 day trips all out of Phoenix to let folks know there's so much to do in Arizona, Brad.
So wait, so how many 15-day trips you did?
15, yeah.
Oh, 15-day trips.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this is where, and when did you start doing these trips?
So I started in November, and I asked them if I could have until February because the holidays and all that, and they were awesome. They said yes, and they actually gave me 2 trips that they'd been on as well.
Yeah.
So I just had a blast just driving up the mountain, getting on a boat, getting on a train. I cannot wait for people to read it.
So I love it. Okay, we're looking at the site right there and the article, which is really cool. So let's talk about some of the places you went to. Because again, these are places that people have probably said, well, I've been there, I've done that, but really you got to go back each time,
You do.
right?
And you know what, Brad? I picked up souvenirs for you. So
Oh my goodness.
my favorite day trip was the Verde Valley Wine Trail. That probably didn't surprise you. So look, Brad, I brought you a bottle of wine from one of the local vineyards. Because you know what? You don't have to go to California for wine tasting. You can stay here in Arizona. So I brought some pictures. That's the first tip you're going to want to know about. You're going to want to get on the AZ Wine Crawler. It's a hop-on, hop-off shuttle that takes you to the different vineyards and tasting rooms. Leon runs it, and he did a fabulous job. The Verde Valley Wine Trail is comprised of Cottonwood, Jerome, Sedona, Cornville, and Clarkdale. So we stayed in Cottonwood, and he picked us up, and this was the first stop, and that's Page Springs Vineyard. What I love about this place, it's got great food. And if you're going to drink all day, you gotta eat your calories, right?
All right, so okay, let me get this right. So you got this place to stay, and then they pick you up and take you to all those places, Cottonwood,
You can't go
Sedona,
to, you can't go to all of them because there's over 20. I mean, who
goodness.
knew that Arizona had so many boats? So we went to 4. We could have gone to 6, but I needed to make sure I wasn't too hungover the next day. So
was there a lot of people with you?
You can fill up the bus or you can rent it privately. So we did privately, just me and my girlfriend. It was so fun. Brought one of my best friends.
All right, who passed out first?
Yeah, well, you'll see one of the pictures coming up. You'll see one of the pictures coming up when everything turned and Rachel became intoxicated. You'll see. But that's Page Springs. And what I love about Page Springs is that you can take your wine and food and go and have a picnic. It looks out over Oak Creek. And the signs show you that they have massage and hoop dancing and a spa. So it's not just tasting wine, but the wine is great too.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we went to Javelina Leap. That's where I brought you the wine. Much smaller place, but just as great. And you can see from the picture, they are award-winning.
Yeah.
And I mean, great wines to taste, white red. And then the next picture, that's their Arizona room that you can rent out for weddings, reunions. So most of these vineyards, you can also rent out for private events.
Wow, and that's what a lot of people are starting to do. They're starting to actually get out of the Phoenix area and get up north in different places to do this kind of thing.
Yeah, especially now with the summer coming.
Right.
Yeah, and so the next picture, we ventured on to the next one. Now here's where Rachel got a little intoxicated. So this is DA Ranch, which I love. Check it out. You can have your wine on a swing.
Yeah.
But the next picture is my favorite because when we arrived, we were welcomed by like 5 family dogs. And normally I wouldn't plop down on the floor with my wine and a dog, but this is when I realized I was feeling the wine. I was feeling good.
Oh my goodness.
It was so fun.
Oh my God.
I absolutely love that.
And there's some other great little places I know we're going to talk later on.
Yeah, and I have some more pictures too if we have time.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Let's hear we go. What do we have?
Okay, so what we did now, these are day trips, but because we were wine tasting, we stayed the night in Cottonwood. Love Cottonwood. There's a great hotel there you want to stay at called the Tavern. And then there's the Tavern. So see that cottage? That's where we stayed. And when you go inside, it's just gorgeous. It's been completely remodeled. And if you stay there, they give you a free cocktail and they give you a free specialty coffee at a picture that we showed a minute ago. I was standing in front of this great coffee shop. And then Cottonwood they also have tasting rooms. So you can shop, walk, dine, farm to table foods. I can't say enough good things about Cottonwood. I'd never been there before and I just loved it.
Oh my goodness. All right, so I know you can read the article and find out the best, but how'd you enjoy getting back to seeing Arizona?
You know what? I learned, I think I know about my state because I've been here since 1978. I learned so much, and I'm so excited to take my family to events. My daughter turns 21 in November, and the first stop is the Verde Valley Wine Trail.
Oh my God.
But listen, definitely check out the article because I also went to Prescott. I took the Grand Canyon Railway train. I went on the Dolly Steamboat tour, and I'm going to be talking about more of these trips on a future show with you.
I like that. Yeah, we are. So, okay, so very quickly tell them the website again for the article.
So go to twowanderingSouls.com.
Okay.
Just put in Arizona and my article comes right up. I've got links, I've got insider tips. Don't pack your bags till you check it out. And just stay in our home state. Let's support Arizona.
There you go. And where can they find you again?
They can find me at managedmoms.com.
There you go.
And thanks so much for letting me come and tell you all about this. It's been really fun.
Rachel Harris tips. I know, it's been great. There you go. So, all right, time to travel.